Hello, everybody. I hope you guys are doing well, having a great day or a great night. And before jumping into the charts, don't forget to smash the like button, share with your friends, subscribe, ring the bell, all this stuff. Because if you don't, this video won't be relevant on YouTube. So let's give a thumbs up and help me to spread this video, right? So before we start, I will give you guys a brief introduction, and also it will be a background to understand what happened, what is happening, and what can happen in the near future. So a few months ago, we had across the crypto market bullish evidence, okay, of continuation. Just a second, please. Okay, hold on. Yes. So, following that evidence, we've been waiting and watching how things would develop because this is the right way. Okay, so if we wait till we have evidence, then we jump in, make the call, then we wait. So what I did, I was not 100% confident, but we saw bullish evidence. So what I did, placed small long positions, but haven't added anything into spot physical coins. Okay, was waiting, and yeah. So day after day, a little bit after a little bit, we started to see that momentum fading, and this was quite a red signal. And before this event, I wrote on Twitter that we were getting close to the alt season. Yes, I did it. And after that, I shared on Twitter, yeah, some insights. First, that I was wrong. Secondly, that the market was changing. Yes. So we base our opinion on what we see. And if the things we see change, we must change as well. So this is one of the points where most people make mistakes. So for example, back in 2020 October, I made a mistake on Bitcoin. So I had to learn with my mistake. But then I was able to make profits on Bitcoin, but it was only on Bitcoin. In the others, I had no problem. But so, denial, it's a complicated thing. And the comfort zone, it's also very complicated. So I apologized. I explained everything that was going on and recorded a video, also sharing more evidence, talking about, explaining things, so people could understand why I changed and why I changed my bias. So as you guys know, so some people that follow me for some time, after the thing became flat, not only on XRP, many others, that was the red signal that we were going down. But that signal didn't came from the market, the crypto market, and this is the most important thing that you guys can learn today. And by the way, this is a gift from the Champions Club. The only place I talked about this or shared insights about this was in the Champions Club. So we were prepared already in advance for this fall, and now we are waiting to make our move, which is probably going to be the last one because we are heading the last train event. After that, it's one step before moon, okay? And a lot of people are going to miss out like they did in the previous ones, but it's a different concern. That's a different problem. So let's start. So as you guys can see here, we have Dow Jones and the US dollar. So Dow Jones is the king of the stock markets, and not only in the United States. The whole world invests into the American economy. And the standard guide since a century ago, the lead indicator for the US economy is Dow Jones. Okay, so if you guys just a second, let me see if I can make it better. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I need a 6. And here we need a 3-way. So here we have Dow Jones, Nasdaq index, this must be the weekly. The weekly, and now S&P 500. This is the daily, we need the weekly. Oh, and by the way, before we move on, so right after when I was talking about when possibly could the out season happen, I had the time so to figure out I was wrong, to share more insights about it, to record a video, and the most important thing, to learn what the heck was going on. And so this was the groundbreaking discovery, and it is not nonsense. Okay, why? Because we've been using this information to make profits, so there's money in the table. Okay, so for example, it's turning so far, but not yet, but soon. The last trades I made on the Forex market, which was shared on the Champions Club, others are in as well, it's to became the most profitable trades ever that we did. Yes, ever. And it was a short on the euro around 121, and in the pound 141, if I'm not wrong, or it's inverted. But it's so we used this knowledge, this information, we caught this and use it in real life, which is what is technical analysis for, right? So we read the things, we make sense about it, we collect information, then we do and make our thing. That's exactly what we did it. And so far, it's mind-blowing. We nailed two tops against the dollar and one bottom on the US dollar itself. For those of you, maybe this is not clear, but when dealing with a index, it is not the same as dealing with, let's say, a stock or a crypto or a precious metal, because the things on indexes are way wild, more complicated. Sometimes they don't return, let's say, confluence. Okay, so we look at something, we know it's bullish, but it's printed in a different way because it is an index. It's based on real numbers, real, let's say, country moves, economy, etc. And it was quite outstanding because we don't see a lot of people doing such things, right? So yeah, I'm happy. Well, what I want you guys see here is Nasdaq, SPX, Nasdaq are following Dow Jones, not the other way around. Okay, and this is important to understand who is the king. And as we can see here, this is the leading indicator, and those are the zombie zombie classes that follows, not lead. Okay, so for example, on the crypto market, XRP still follow Bitcoin, just like all the other coins and tokens and etc. But Bitcoin, it's not the lead indicator anymore. And it started to happen on February 17, 2020. Some of you guys remember the second week of December, if I'm not wrong, was December 13, 2019. I called the crash 45 days in advance, shared all the evidence, all the charts, everything. Okay. The only thing I wasn't expecting is that the crypto market would fall. But even after that fall, it hasn't changed anything. We knew it was bullish. We knew there is a setup, okay, to look at it, which is based on Elliott waves, and we knew that we would go up right after. And so we participated back in the day as well. Bitcoin went down to 3,860, if I'm not wrong. And I said in the Champions Club, folks, just wait till we touch back 4,181. That's exactly what happened. Down, up, we went long big time, and we nailed the bottom of Bitcoin. Not only Bitcoin, also XRP was, we were close to the bottom reversal on XRP as well. So we've been working. We are not wasting time, you know. So, again, another thing. Imagine indexes and stock markets all over the world. They are all tied into Dow Jones. Yes, exactly. For example, if today I start to trade in the local stock exchange, stock market, I won't look at that, let's say that index, the local index. What I'm going to do? I am going to look into Dow Jones. So just for you guys to have a different idea, why would I spend a lot of time in making technical analysis in a, let's say a chart, okay? Into a chart that I know it's not in a leading indicator, but it is a zombie indicator, which is following, it's kind of mirrored, okay? And so for example, if I can trade the US dollar against the euro or the euro against the US dollar, why would I trade the euro against other fiat currencies? It wouldn't make sense because I would have to make three-side analysis. I would spend a lot of time to just figure out something that today I already know how it works. So it doesn't make sense, you know? It's like preparing yourself for a competition to then just figure out that everything you did was useless. You just wasted time and energy, you know? So this is one of the clues, and it's also based on a methodology that I developed more than a year ago, which was based on this, but I couldn't see the whole picture at first. So the things that I found, imagine the alphabet from A to Z, Alpha to Zulu. I was able to jump into this chain, but from Z. So I started from Z, the most difficult place to be. But then I realized how things were working, and then I could see the whole alphabet being part of the whole chain and having a better understanding. So let's go back here. Here is a thing I never seen anybody talking about. Nobody. And please share this video, folks. Share to friends, your grandma, your daddy. Share to the dog, you know, to the bird, whatever, the cat. And why the reason? It's not because I'm looking for attention. I don't use rashes, as you guys know. but it would help a lot of people to have a better understanding of what's going on. And also, the copycats are not going to clone my work, because you guys know how it works. If I share something today, tomorrow they are going to say, oh, I found this, folks. Take a look. You guys know the drill, right? So help me on this. And also another thing that you guys don't know is that all the videos that I make, I never share my intellectual property. And yet, all the videos are very, very complex. There's a lot of information, a lot of things. This is just for you guys to have an idea of what's going on, okay? A background. So, here we have the king, Dow Jones, and it is very, very important. And these days, vast majority of people, they don't care. Oh, if it's not crypto, I don't care, which is a dumb thing to do, because here are the secrets of the market's direction. It's right here. And so why I'm using the dollar? Folks, this, let's say, it's any market, okay? Any market you want to call it. And here, let's say, Joe Wallet. Of course, it's not Joe Wallet, just for you guys to have an idea. So what happens? When we have problems in the markets, the money goes back into Joe Wallet. When everything's fine in the markets, for example, when we had zero interest rates, everything was fine. Recovery, which is actually not a real recovery, we know, but still. So when things are okay in the markets, Joe put his money into the market. And this happens back and forth, back and forth. And this will probably never change. Okay, never. So another thing, Dow Jones, let's say the king, okay, the king. So this is a bull market, okay? So it's tied to the economy is growing. Not everything's fine, but things are fine. So this is a bull market, bullish trend. But here on the dollar, we have a downtrend, exactly a downtrend. But it doesn't mean that the value of the dollar will keep rotating at the lower sections all the time. And this was one of the mistakes of a lot of people make back here. Back here. They said, oh, the dollar will crash because the Fed is printing. So a few things that these people doesn't know is that the Federal Reserve is obliged by law to print dollars. Okay, because the United States must provide global liquidity to all countries, to the whole market. So they have to. They don't have other option. So inflation goes up, debt goes up, price of things goes up. The average Joe or middle class poor people are the ones who suffer the most. They end up losing. So the fault here is not the dollar itself. The dollar is just a tool, doesn't have life. So bad policies, awful policies, create bad scenarios that the average Joe and people who doesn't have any idea about economy end up paying for it. You know, inflation is just a reflex of bad administration when people have to pay for the mistakes of their representatives or governors, mayors, presidents, etc., etc., etc. So this will never change. Okay, so and this is also wealth transfer from the poor to the rich. That's the way it goes. So, for example, with chaos comes profits. Who deliver chaos? The government. Who profits from chaos? Megacorps. Who owns megacorps? The banks. Okay. So until people can understand this, realize what is going on, they will never be able to protect their wealth. That's why people keep working their whole life to end up with something they didn't want it or didn't expect it or something they don't believe it's worth all their hard work. Okay. Yeah. So one last thing here. We can't have both moving into the same direction. We can't. It's not possible. For one to go up, the other must go down. For the other to go up, the other must go down. So they are what? They are inverted. They have inverted nature. One is bullish, the other is bearish, and they live together. One is the king of the global stock markets, and the other is the king of fiat currencies. Okay, and by the way, I am already aware that the methodology that I created soon will change. You guys remember the conversation about the level playing field. So what does it mean? It means that all currencies globally will be one-to-one, like in a chain, okay? Because the only other options they have is to create a global currency, the same currency for everybody. But it doesn't make sense. If they make one-to-one, it's the same as a global currency. Whatever you go, you can buy with your local money or whatever. And we are not going to have the exchange price or the exchange cost, you know? And this is going to be great, but we create a much bigger problem that, just like this, will only unfold after a few years. Let's say 5 years, 3 years, and then it will be too late to make anything. Okay, so that's a thing that I want to show you guys, the background. So now let's jump into the baskets, the crypto basket that I talked about. Okay, so here we have the ISO 222 coins. If I'm not wrong, it's all the coins, yes. So what I want you guys to see here is, it's fair to say that XRP and company, even XRP sisters, are following Bitcoin. Yes, but this is half true. Okay, the main point here is the crypto assets that will survive. Okay, forget that they will survive for now. So the most relevant crypto assets are tied into the US technology market. Okay, so for example, XRP, XLM, XDC, and IOTA, they are behaving, actually not XDC, sorry, XRP, XLM, IOTA, and a few others that I don't remember, but it is not important now. Focus on the ISO 222. So they are tied into the tech stocks, and they are all having the same behavior. XRP, XLM, and IOTA, exactly the same behavior. So they are mirrored into something else, okay? Again, it took me a while to figure this out. And before this, the struggle was making solo analysis here, XRP, for example, Ethereum, the euro, and the dollar. And it is very complicated because imagine you are searching for a cap in a barn. And then you enter the barn and start to search. So it is going to take a lot of time, you know. But when you go up into the roof of the barn, you will have a macro perspective of everything that is going on into the barn, which makes our search way, way easier. So this is exactly what I did, what I found, okay? So what I can tell you guys about this, XRP, XLM, IOTA, XDC are in a bullish trend. There is no bear market, there is no bear break, there is no bear anything, because a local bear break just doesn't change the macro structure. Some bear breaks, the ones that are inside, so that's why we call inside bar. Okay, they are contained, they are inside. They are part of health corrections. Okay. And back in the day, I was in doubt if we would see a strong lower high for XRP like 250, 240, or if 190 was set. That was it. And I was struggling for a while till a friend from the Champions Club, Johnny, said to me, I had a meeting with some friends and they working with technology, and he said to me, take a look again into XLM. It changed. It is not the same thing that it was in the past. And I said, okay, because I trust him. And by the time I opened XLM chart, I said, okay, so XRP lower high set already. It is not going to change. This is the whole market behavior. So that's when I started to put all the things together, you know, and getting ready to the new way of making analysis. And it was spot on. Okay. By the way, XLM was having more aggression than XRP was, but it doesn't change anything. It doesn't mean anything when talking about the final outcome. Okay, it is not going to change. IOTA is exactly the same behavior. No change, exactly the same. That scenario that I told you guys, that we had bullish evidence, but it faded, was right here. And not only on IOTA, so XLM didn't had the same behavior, was straight into golden rejections, signs of a fall, but XRP had the same possible bullish behavior, but it faded. Okay, I believe at this point you guys are starting to realize what we are talking about here. So let's move forward. So this is the ICE. Oh, and by the way, XDC. XDC is a wild card because it's behaving in a different way than the others. From my understanding, this is price catching up to the others. Okay, so what does it mean? XDC was dirty sheep. Okay, so kind of needed more aggression to catch up with others. So to not remain dirty sheep for a long period of time. So this is the way I see it. Doesn't mean it is the truth. I could be wrong about this, of course. I don't have all the answers, but that's the way I see it. Okay. So XRP, XLM, IOTA, and XDC are going down. But this is not the most important thing now. Okay. I have some levels that I'm looking for into the ones that I'm going to buy and trade, but that's not the topic for now, not the conversation for now. I will share some insights about the roadmap into XRP chart. Okay, so hold your hats, your jets. So here we have some tokens and coins that let's say they are in a different basket. And here we can see exactly the same behavior as the XRP, XLM, IOTA, and etc. And also a thing very interesting to notice is that all these coins and tokens that we've been looking at already had their bubble correction. This is very important, folks. Very. For example, all those scam coins and tokens, for example, Luna, that people been talking about, oh, we are going to $500, $1,000, and XRP is going to zero. So for example, Luna, Link, many others, some that I don't remember now. I don't scout those coins, but they never had their fair bubble correction. And one of the traps that lies ahead is that most of those coins and tokens won't survive the long run. Okay, probably as soon as regulations arrive, they are probably going to vanish. So that's very dangerous. So here we have all these four guys. Most of them are old projects. And as you guys can see, we have almost the same behavior, almost. So back in the day, we had like, let's say, life. Okay, so one was behaving in a way, the other was behaving in a different way, other way, and then at some point they all started to kind of join a group or a script, if you will, to behave almost in the same way. So some of them are catching up, you know. So that's exactly what is going on here. For example, this bullish scenario, bullish trend, bullish scenario, most likely bullish continuation, bullish scenario, likely bullish continuation, bullish scenario, most likely bullish continuation. I'm talking, folks, about months, weeks, months, and a few years, okay? So when I say bullish continuation, I'm talking about the coming months or coming weeks, okay? So it's not about today. This is macro perspective, long time frame of things and events. Another thing, just a second, please. Based on all this, some people are still struggling, and I understand because they are not aware of all this. And the questions are, when, time, how much or how low, price. So they basically want to know the two most complicated things to figure out by basing on a single chart or basing on Bitcoin or basing on whatever. And this, folks, it's Z. We must look into A. So well, how do we start? Price and time. So when moon, it's the final product of a question that is based on events. So events and external fundamentals are A. That's where we must start, not when price, when time. This is wrong, okay? By the time people start to look and learn about economy, learn about external fundamentals, and me myself, I'm learning because as you guys know, I'm not from the United States. So, and I know very little, but I'm still learning. And day after day, things start to make sense, have a better perspective, being able to make better analysis, improving. Okay. So now let's take a look here on the Chinese trash basket. So as you guys know, back in the day, we had what? A lot of propaganda, a lot of nonsense, a lot of moon. Uh, Even people who said that Bitcoin Cash would reach $11,000. But still, I have to contain myself. So they said Bitcoin Cash would replace Bitcoin. They said EOS would kill Ethereum. They said EOS was the standard, the way to go, and it was a big scam. I had to look with my own eyes, with all the dApps running into EOS, and 99% were a scam. Fake apps, just to make volume, to have numbers to say. Big scam. Neo, exactly same thing. Oh, Neo is going to kill Ethereum. That's the smart contract platform to go. Just another big scam. But there's and also Tron. You guys remember all the drama? Tron offered to buy Ethereum. Tron is the future. Nonsense. It's a pile of garbage. The only one who's behaving well here on the Chinese trash basket is Neo. This is Candle's behavior, but I will never touch it. Okay, never. And just because we have some kind of looking good, it doesn't mean this thing will survive. It's very dangerous. Okay, so I will never touch these things here. For example, Litecoin. It seems to be leaving the Chinese basket, or let's say the trash basket, okay? Because it is almost exactly like XLM. Maybe there is something there, maybe not, but the ROI of LTC is way, way lower than XRP, XLM, XDC, Algo, IOTA, etc., 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 etc. And this is a thing a lot of people still don't understand. Lower the price, close to dirty ship, bigger is the ROI. For example, XRP. I'm expecting like 27 cents, but I don't know. It can be a bit lower. I don't know. Still dirt cheap. Okay. So my ROI compared with Litecoin, it's bigger. Not way, way bigger, but it is better. Okay. So now let's jump into XRP. Yes, XRP. Let's see if I'm not missing anything. This video has been fast so far. Shonen. Just a second, let me think. Okay, so maybe I'm not missing anything for now. Because I don't make scripts, I just push the button and record the videos. It's complicated to have topics. Okay, so let's start. One of the first things to talk about here is, again, what we have here. It's a solid, strong, and tight bullish structure, okay? Solid structures won't break easily. They won't, okay? It's very, very unlikely. Doesn't make sense. If we look into 1,000 different scenarios, maybe 3 or 4 will break. But then, most likely, they come back. So I would never say that we are going to go close to the previous low, which was 11 cents, because we don't have technical evidence. Okay, maybe we will have soon, but it doesn't make sense. So I would never make such a call. That's why I believe we are probably going to stop near 27, maybe 22. I don't know yet. Okay, maybe we can take a better look here and have a better perspective. So let's get, oh, there is another set pivot right here. Leave no man behind. So let's take a look into this guy here from one pivot to the other. The distance is 40%. So how would it look like below? It would be around 16 cents. So, like I said, one of the reasons I don't believe it is going to happen, it's because it will be way too dirty ship. Okay, and I know some of you guys know, the Champions Club knows that a lot of people are waiting to buy at a discount. There are no news, right? So it's just like the average Joe say, buy low, sell high, right? So there's a lot of people already waiting to make their move. And yeah, so I don't think it is going to happen, but who knows? Here we have Fibonacci, retracement tool, the true one. So this is a true retracement tool for Fibonacci, not something that was changed, adulterated, you know, like buffoon tool. 11,400. We want straight numbers. Yes. Okay, so sorry guys. So what we can understand about this? One thing that I explained some time ago, contraction before expansion. And this is also one of the ways I truly believe we are not going to see a bad number on XRP. Reason, it is most likely to stop into this range right here. Here is something that I did it. Oh, right here. So I even took a screenshot because this way the copycats won't try to steal my work. Okay. There is the date here. May 8th, 2022. I have everything documented, everything saved, videos, charts, screenshots, whatever. And yeah. So, you guys remember the awful move that we had across the markets on February 17, a bit after 17, the third week of February, when things collapsed on the pandemic event. So right after, goes up big time because things were dirty cheap. And the smart money was waiting already to buy at key levels. There is another thing as well that we have to consider. The 50% principle. So looking into this range right here, we are already below. So from this guy to this guy, we have a 50% principal already. So what does it mean? It means that a lot of old school people and some people who have no idea and just buy the support hack it approach, um, they buy at a 50% discount no matter what. So that's what it is, the 50% principle. So as you guys can see, it's not wise to do such a thing in the dark. If you look from this guy into this guy here, it's not the best approach because there is a 40% gap here. Okay, so this is still the best approach. Right now, touching the honey spot, inside the honey spot, and guys, Fibonacci retracement levels aren't support or resistance. It is not a tool for bottoms and tops. It's not a base or a roof. Okay, this is about growth. To measure growth, whatever the side is, if it is upside, if it is downside, contraction, expansion, all those things. So Fibonacci is way complex than this simple tool that you guys can see here. It's very complex, okay? But it is also very key to have a better understanding, not only in the markets. So soon we are going to enter the 30 cents range. So this is my setup. It's called the perpetual setup. Again, this also, it's not support and resistance, as you guys know. I never use such a thing. It's nonsense. And as we can see here, so previous low, anything above 17 will be a higher low. So it can be 21, it can be 25, 27. We still don't know yet. But the most important thing here now is, and now I'm going to shock you guys. At this point, you guys already understood that whatever happens, it's not based on buyers and sellers. So it is not based on the average Joe buying or selling his coins. Okay? If someone just go right now and buy, let's say, 500 million coins, will print a big rejection or a big candle and then just end up rejected because the crypto market is aligned with other fundamentals outside indexes and things that are outside the crypto market. Okay, so won't change anything. And we even have some people saying, oh, but XRP is going down because Jed is selling his coins. That's not true, we know. We have XRP lion share policy where they can't hurt the market, the fair share, the lion share. And so there is a lot of nonsense out there, a lot. And it is very dangerous because people who doesn't know the truth, they will believe anything they hear. And so it's very dangerous. Those coins are being sold on OTC, not on retail, okay? But even if it was sold on retail, we would see big rejection up or below, and then the price would catch up to where it was before that move. So not based on buyers and sellers, it's based on outside things. So we reached the question point. What where XRP bottom will be, how much XRP will be worth soon. This question, folks, it's irrelevant today. What is relevant is what event are going to happen that will halt the drop in the crypto market. This is the question that matters most right now. Okay, maybe it will be the dollar. I don't know. Maybe will be if Dow Jones crash now and stop, because it is not going to be a collapse. Okay, so a crash, let's read as a correction. A collapse, 1929. Okay, so and Dow Jones is almost lose the pants. It's oh, not you, sir. They're trying, rejected. So let's see. So maybe the crypto market will halt when Dow Jones goes down and then goes up, because that's exactly what is going to happen. And I bet my shoes it is probably going to happen soon. I don't know exactly how this will unfold. As you guys can see, we are dealing with very complex things, but they are accurate. Okay, they are worth investing time to learn more about and have a better understanding. So I can draw all the lines here, draw Fibonacci, put everything. It is not going to work. It will be worthless. Okay, completely worthless. So we must observe the United States economy, the United States events that are unfolding, all these things that are going on. And first, sorry, Dow Jones, US dollar, and then your favorite crypto, if it is aligned with the baskets that we just talked about. Closer look into XRP. So now let's speculate like we don't have none of those things. Okay, none of that. Just XRP solo, and let's go. So just like XLM, for example. So here in this range, XLM developed a inverted head and shoulders. And a inverted head and shoulders is a bottom reversal structure. Again, with me, bottom reversal structure. Why? Because it happens at a bottom. Okay, just like the head and shoulders, it's a top reversal structure that happens at tops. Okay, it was happening on Bitcoin, but Bitcoin was behaving in a very scammy way, so whatever. So NXRP didn't develop it, or actually developed it. I'm still not sure, but I don't think so. We saw a bullish triangle. That's the first thing we notice. By the end of the day, they can be considered almost the same. The only difference is where you put your entry when you are trading or buying stop, whatever. The outcome will be the same. There's no difference. Okay, and here it is. So there is a chance, which is possible, maybe it is likely to go back into the 50% of the previous structure. It's possible, even though it's a so just for you guys to have an idea here. Again, I'm talking about a possible scenario. I'm not saying that that's the way it is going to happen, okay? So please pay attention to my words. So okay, as you guys can see right here, it already happened and was a bit below when I said that this was a price protection theory, which was spot on. It was a price protection move going up here against what was to come. Otherwise, XRP would breach the previous bull break structure. So it already happened, but was based on external fundamentals. So it doesn't mean it can't or won't happen again. Even though if it happens, still a higher low. 1, 2, and 3. 19 cents from 21, from 27, from 25. So what's the difference? Oh, you say, oh, I want to nail the bottom. Well, you will need good luck because it is very complicated. Okay, anyone who say, oh, I will nail the bottom, it's not what it seems, So, okay, now the question. Is it worth trying to nail a bottom or trying to nail a specific price? No, it is not. Why? Doesn't matter if it will be 27, 26, 21, 19, because right after we are most likely going up big time, whatever the way it is going to be. So do you guys understand why it will be irrelevant? Something to consider, something to think about. Okay, so now the 27 cents scenario, which is the one I'm looking for, but it is not a prophecy. I don't have all the answers, but it seems worth to me. 27 is right here. We're getting close. And so far we are diving fast, which is the best scenario I told you guys that we could possibly have. Trade down to then we just do our thing and then bang. Okay. And if everything goes well, I think it will. As soon as this happens, I will make a big move into trading positions and spot positions. And I'm planning to right after stop trading forever. It will be the last time I will trade, and then I will focus on training people, kind of teaching technical analysis, this kind of stuff. Okay, so I will dedicate more time to the Champions Club, and because right after this, folks, it won't make sense to trade. Last training event, getting the shuttle ready, moon trip. That's it. And so the only thing remaining to do till the fiat currencies market change is to protect wealth with local currency. So this is something that we do in the Champions Club. We've been talking about this for a long time. So that probably will be the only thing that I will do before the dollar collapse, which have a high chance to happen this year. Okay. So, and just like I forecasted 2 years ago, we go down, then we go up, maybe a bit down, but it is going straight up. So the time frame for events, it's tightening, which means we don't have a lot of time. Okay. So probably this is going to be how the future will be for me. So 27, maybe 25, maybe 29. I'm not sure. Events. Okay, so you guys remember, this was magical. The time frame for trial to be over is between August and September, if I'm not wrong. Correct me if I'm wrong. But again, in the macro picture, it's irrelevant, okay? So, okay, one more thing. 1 hour already. One more thing, very important, that maybe explains how things will unfold. Just a moment. The dollar, sir. The king. Bring the king. And the precious. Because here, so in the near future, and by the way, we already talked about this, but just for you guys to remember this, it's not the way to look into XRP chart. The way to look into XRP chart is this way. Why? Because soon we are going to the stars. Okay, so just a quick heads up. Okay, so tying external fundamentals into real utility from real projects like XRP, XLM, XDC, etc. What is going to happen outside the crypto market that can possibly trigger the alt season, which is going to be the utility alt season? Okay. As soon the dollar reaches 114, maybe 120, 118, whatever the target is not going to change what is going to happen across the world. So, by the time we get there, the next step, the next event will be the dollar crash. When the dollar crash, all the other currencies will start to soar. And then we are going to have a chaos among fiat currencies. And this chaos will shake the markets. And the markets shaking will create a balance, a trade, a fiscal, a economic, insane problem. And they all know this. This must happen before the New World Order that they are talking about. But when we talked about this years ago, they said that we were crazy lunatics and etc. So before the new order, the new system, the new monetary system, etc., we must have a break. Imagine this. Imagine you have $10 billion or 10 billion euros or 10 billion pounds, and you know this. What the smart money will do? By the time, so whatever this happens, straight down from here, whatever, or 120 before. You see, the outcome is the same. Doesn't matter the way it is going to happen. But just for the sake of this example, 114 before the crash. Why would I hold a fiat currency, my local currency, if I know it is going to blow up? Because even those ones who are going to shoot up right after, they're going to crash. Most likely, because we can have multiple kings, local kings, you know. One of the reasons the future, it's even more centralized, okay? The smart money. Why would I hold my $10 billion or euros or pounds, whatever, if I know this thing is going to shake? So what the smart money will do? We will spread all this capital into what? Risk assets. Gotcha. I gotcha. So another thing that I want to show you, and that's to finish this video. When we talk, a hint, when you guys are looking to gold, it must be IDC for analysis, okay? So this is gold macro picture. Not long ago, actually long ago, sorry, it was a long time ago, I recorded a video comparing XRP reversal, the bottom reversal, way before it happened, with gold reversal back in the day. And that was another call that I made weeks and weeks in advance. Forget the names. Gold, XRP, just forget the names. This is a thing that people get attached to, names, tags. It is just a nominal price, value. Here we have two different risk assets, but they are still risk assets, right? So, in one, actually both are in a bullish trend, both are developing bullish continuation structure, both are aligned with the dollar, straightly with the dollar, and with the US economy. What do we have here? Bullish continuation. Yes, sir, we have it. And it will be a big one, but not for today, not for tomorrow, but we have it. So I will put the line a little below, just for you guys can see, but it went a bit up. Not that it's going to change anything, it won't. So risk assets are kind of synchronizing, in synchronization for what is to come, okay? So it is inevitable, it will happen, can't be stopped, and will be probably the last largest wealth transfer event in human history. That's one of the reasons I said I will probably stop trading very soon, based on all those things, okay? So risk assets will soar, precious metals, not all of them, but gold. Silver, not in the same way. By the way, folks, doesn't make sense to trade silver. If you're going to trade gold. Yeah, so we're not going to talk about spot or physical because you guys probably understand the difference. And XRP today, before regulations and clarity, is a risky asset. So XRP is benefiting from the two sides of it. Actually more. Risk assets getting ready for what's to come. Utility, bullish development that we can observe. Clarity for Ripple and XRP, that is going to be clarity for XRP sisters and most likely to the whole market. As you guys know, aside all these things that we talked about, I shared the future targets for Bitcoin dominance, and so it's kind of irrelevant because when we talk about utility, we're not talking about the crypto market because the crypto market can't solve its own problems and issues. So we are talking about real world, real utility outside the crypto market. But for the sake of numbers, in the near future, probably months ahead, Bitcoin dominance will be around 16-15% of the whole market, which means Bitcoin will probably be a store of value, not the king of anything. Okay, so Bitcoin will be remembered as the first cryptocurrency, digital asset that was the king for a long period of time. And here's a very important thing. Just a second. The reason is because Bitcoin was king. It was the first. We didn't have the liquidity. And right after Bitcoin started to get some attention and high numbers, it became utility into the crypto market. So in order to move all that money, whales need a smaller number of coins. And this is also one of the principles of XRP into the near future. So what they did it, they were buying and selling Bitcoin to move large sums of money. So Bitcoin price appreciation and the crown, you know, the position of king, didn't come or didn't happen because Bitcoin did something that was exceptional. Bitcoin can fix his own issues. His loneliness, high fees, the 50% attack still a reality. They can roll back the whole chain, and this would be a big scam. There are flaws. And also proof of work, it's not sustainable. We know the New World Order, the 17 global goals are all about green energy. Okay? It is not sustainable as well, but that's what they want, and they are going to make it. Okay? So, folks, I believe we talked about a lot of things here. I believe we covered everything that was possible. Maybe I missed one thing or two. This is very complex. This video will age well. AltSeason's roadmap. And I had to talk a lot. I don't like to talk a lot. I only talk like this when I'm recording videos. In my day-to-day life, I'm very, very a person of few words, you know. My girlfriend complains a lot. She says I'm cold, I'm like a robot, but it is what it is, okay? Yeah. So folks, thank you very much for your time. Thanks for your patience. Thanks for your support. Thanks for everything. I reached the 10,000 plus mark. I would not say followers. I like to say companions, because you guys are here to become leaders and not followers. I don't want you guys to be followers, okay? You guys must be leaders, being able to make your own decisions, being able to dictate the room, the direction of your life, to trace your destiny. That's what we're born for, okay? So I really appreciate your time. Sorry for a long video, but very complex, a lot of things to talk about. Don't forget to smash the like button. You can share your appreciation by free. Just push a button, you know? And this video will be relevant as well. Share on Twitter, share on YouTube if possible. Share on Telegram, share on WhatsApp, share with the granny, with the dog, the cat, the bird, whatever, of everybody. The postal office guy, share with the mechanic, share with your boss, share with all the people you can. We know we can't fix all the problems, but we do know that we can help one people here, one people there, and by the end of the day, it's worth. Okay? So thanks again, and I will see you guys soon. See ya.